Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel, The Fertility Hub. It is a channel that we started to talk about fertility, infertility, and all the related reproductive health issues. With me, I have the founder of this channel. I will ask her to introduce herself.
My name is Percy, and I'm the founder of Unity Blossom Together Foundation, a foundation that supports women and men that are battling with infertility. Thank you for having me.
My name is Akemigisha Maureen, and I'll be your host today. With me, I also have another colleague who will be helping us, who we shall be hosting with. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Kemigisha. My name is Prudence Akantorana. I'm glad to be here. I'm a mother of 3 children. I'm a wife. I'm a business lady. I plait hair. I'm a hairstylist. I bake. Thank you so much. I think that's it.
Thank you so much, Prudence. Okay. The Fertility Hub is born of a foundation known as Unity Blossom Together Foundation. And this foundation talks about various things, including infertility, fertility, and reproductive health. So we are talking about both infertility in males and females. So for this session, we are going to talk about fertility. When you hear the word fertility, what comes into your mind? Prudence, what do you understand by fertility?
What comes in my mind is should I call it a condition whereby a couple has failed to have children? That's what comes in my mind. They have, I think, a couple trying to have children in different ways for more than 1 year. Yeah, that's what comes in my mind. Different styles.
Okay, yes. So they have tried all the styles and it has failed.
Yeah, they have tried all the styles, doggy, and failed.
When you hear that word, what comes to your mind?
Infertility. I understand it in a way that when a woman and a man or a couple have failed to conceive, to have their own children. The Bible, not even the Bible, like naturally for us to understand, when a man and a woman, have sex, they get pregnant, the woman gets pregnant.
Yes.
So I think infertility is where a man and a woman come together, but they can't, a woman cannot get pregnant.
Okay.
I think that's briefly what I understand infertility is.
Yes, but I think we also have to add that issue of that, yes, they are coming together to have children, but they could be on family planning. And they don't want to have the children. I think it's when you have an intention, you're intentionally having sex to have children. I think that, and then it fails. I think that's where the infertility comes in, right? Because if I'm having sexual intercourse for fun or for anything and the children don't come, that doesn't mean I am not fertile. But if you're intentional about having the babies, you're not doing anything like family planning, you're not using condoms and all that, and you've still failed to have the babies, I think that's where the infertility comes in.
After how long? Because I may have sex 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. After how long? I think we need to understand after how long should someone be declared infertile.
I think that's a question the doctors can answer, because I have not reached that area where I feel like I am ready to have the baby. So I don't know how long it takes. I don't know when you decide that now that I'm infertile? So I think that's a question we can keep and ask the doctors, and I think they should be able. Because if I fail in 1 month, would we call that infertility? I don't
Not really.
think so.
But if you try to research, they usually say like after a year or more.
Okay.
That's when it's like declared. Should I say declared like you're
That's when
infertile?
you're
Yeah, you
infertile.
begin thinking, am I infertile? Is there any problem? Yeah.
Okay.
So before people start trying for these things to have babies and what, are there like any kind of tests someone can do and find out that they're infertile, or they should first try to have the babies and know that they're infertile?
I think there are tests. We have fertility centers
Okay.
in Uganda, and I think, of course, when you have sex, for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, people you start getting worried.
Wow.
So I think we have fertility centers that people visit. You go there and meet gynecologists, doctors who are concerned with our reproductive, system, and then they talk to you. They do different tests, and then they can tell you what your problem is.
But plus, I think before you go to the doctor, you have to first wait and first see, because sometimes we rush to doctors, and yet it's maybe you would have taken, if it's like a year, yes, they declare after a year, but maybe you can't even get a baby after 1 year. Now, if you rush to go to the hospital, and it's really costly, I think.
Yeah, it's costly, but I mean, after I've tried 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Hey, do you know in African society, when a woman doesn't conceive, like say you've gotten married, every time after the wedding, most times when you see a man on the WhatsApp group when there's like, you're not supposed to be here. No, they just tell you, why are you online? You're supposed to be making twins. They don't even say
by now you should be vomiting.
By the time you come out of honeymoon, you're supposed to be vomiting.
Pressure.
Come back from the honeymoon and you're not vomiting. Go and ask the doctor, am I going to give birth?
Is there any problem with me?
I think that's why even lately most of the people that get married or do these other kind of introductions and what, most of them, by the way, lately are pregnant.
Yeah, I agree to that. And most times, before when a man proposes, now it's time for marriage. Women start going through like these treatments. They go to seek like medical attention to understand, is my reproductive system well? Is it functioning well?
They go to seek the medical attention or treatment
before trying.
Before trying?
Yeah, sometimes you need, they're not, not everyone is having sex before marriage.
Yes.
Some people are abstaining. So you need to be sure I am well and I'm going into this marriage and I'm going to do what?
The babies.
Yes. So you go and,
but sometimes you're well, you go to the doctor, you're well, they check you and everything is fine, but then still fail to get babies.
Yeah.
That's also possible.
It has happened. Yeah, it happens.
Personally, I would not waste my money checking before I try. I would need to first try and things fail. Then that's when I'll be like, let me first go and see a doctor. Things may not be the way I think they are. But missing a doctor before trying, that money I'm not going to put in, really.
Okay. I think some people do. This is before marriage. You see, before marriage, a person just goes for checkup. Just like
general checkup.
General checkup. We do general body checkup.
You mean when you're doing general checkup, there's a fertility test?
You can do it.
If you have the money, you have the money.
But even if I did, there are some things that are not easily, because normally when we are doing general checkup, we are checking white blood cells and all that. But I have not had any paper that, those general checkup things that they give you and you tick, and I tick fertility. No.
when you're growing up as a woman,
Yes.
There are some different changes you go through in your body.
Yeah.
And you may find, you know, when they tell you about your cycle,
Yes.
your cycle, you find they tell you the cycle is 28 days.
21 to 28. Yeah.
21 to 28.
Yes.
And for you, your cycle goes to 30 days, 40 days,
That
or
means
sometimes you miss
some
your
months
periods.
you miss your period.
Yes,
Yeah.
so you're forced to know, yes, this man has proposed.
Yes.
But is my cycle normal? Am I normal? You get, so you go to the hospital to rule out some of these things.
Okay. Yeah, now that makes sense right now, because as women we understand our bodies, and when you start seeing those various changes, you're missing your period, sometimes they come, sometimes they don't, or maybe the flow is not heavy, it comes very little, then it stops and it comes again. I think those are some of the things that may force us to go and do these things. But if you're still feeling okay and things are moving on well, I don't think anyone will go for a fertility test if they are very okay. Thank you, ladies, for your opinions on what you think infertility is. So, in a group of ladies or in families, in any female setting, at least we have had stories of people that are battling infertility. We have friends, we have relatives, we have aunties, we have nieces that are battling infertility. What are some of those stories that you can share with us to tell us, to give us a wider picture about infertility?
I'll share with you a friend of mine. She has been battling with infertility. I think she even fears to say that she's infertile, but I think,
It's not
of course,
easy.
it's not easy.
Yeah.
People are dying in there with that.
You just
Yes, you just, And this girl, like, it's really so hard for her to say, like, to tell some, even she doesn't, like, show her pain.
Yes.
She doesn't express her pain. She's just, she takes things as if it's normal.
Yes.
Okay, she's okay. But this is someone who has been trying so much. She got married for since 2019. So she got married, but from that time up to now, she has never gotten a baby.
Oh dear.
But though in that throughout that period, she has been trying different treatments, if I can say. She tried IVF, failed twice. Then she also tried flashing. There's that flashing
of the tubes.
Yes, of the tubes, and they say it's so painful and costly. Remember, there's also a very high cost. It's so expensive. So in that pain, so on this IVF, the second one, she got pregnant of twins. So she was so happy. But then after some time, she when she was like 14 weeks, they told her she got high blood pressure. So it was a high-risk pregnancy. So after, like when the pregnancy reached 6 months, she went to see the doctor because she had begun swelling the feet. The stomach was abnormally big. So she went to see the doctor. And when she went to, actually it was appointment day. So when she went to go to see the doctor, they took her to the scan. Then they checked and told her that she had lost the babies.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that was so bad. So they had to, and remember, I think when they're already big and they have grown, you can't go for C-section. So they had to induce her. They induced her. And when they induce you, it's not that like it's going to be for only 1 day or hours. So they keep adding medicine, so the pain keeps on increasing and increasing and increasing. So they induced her for 2 days. Yes, 2 days, 2 nights.
That must have been painful.
Yes, it was so painful. Remember, you've lost the babies. You're not going to get the babies.
So
yes, you're in labor.
Still baby.
So after some time, and each time they used to check her, they would tell her she's on 2 centimeters. And remember, it has to be 10 centimeters. So she kept on those 2 centimeters, 2 centimeters. Then they were like, she was like, she's feeling a lot of pain. Then they told the husband to go and get her some medicine to relieve the pain somehow.
Yeah.
So the guy went and got the medicine. Then when they just put the medicine, then she felt like something. Then they called the doctor. Then the doctor checked her and found that the baby was coming out. So when then they rushed her to the labor ward. She pushed the first
Still
one.
twins. Oh.
Yes, the first one.
Oh.
So she first pushed that one. Then the other one, they had to first bring another medicine, and then to also yes.
They induced the twins twice.
Yes.
Like,
after this first one
intervals.
getting out, then they had to induce her again for the second one. Yes. So
That emotional pain.
yeah, it is.
God.
So she did what? After that, it was like after 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Then the second one came out, and it was a boy. Okay, the twins were boy and girl.
Oh, God.
And that's what she always wanted.
I
Yes.
know.
Yeah. So after that, now the twins came out. The first placenta, the placenta of this other one, the second one came out. Then the other one stayed there.
The placenta.
Yes, it failed to come out.
Whoa.
So when babies are inside, each one has their own placenta.
Yes.
They are feeding from different.
Yes.
Okay.
So this other placenta did what? Failed to come out. So they kept there. Then after some time, they called the nurse or doctor. Then they gave us some medicine to put under the tongue. But still it was not coming out. Then she had to move out of the labor room.
Yeah.
Then when she went, she got, what is it called? Compulsion. What is it called? Like shaking. She began shaking. Convulsions. She got them. Then she was feeling so cold, and she felt like she was going to die.
Oh, God.
Then after some time of being like that, they covered her. They gave her hot water. So after some time, then I think she felt it coming. Then she went and they removed it. But after removing it, the stomach didn't reduce. It kept big. Yeah, it kept big. The feet were big because of the what?
Pressure.
Of the pressure, yes.
Yeah.
So after that, she came out after some days. Now, okay, she has already lost the twins.
Yeah.
She has lost the money.
Yeah.
Now she's fighting high blood pressure.
Oh, God.
Up to now, she has that pressure disturbing her. Remember, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
So that's what she's...
Oh,
I know. Okay, up to now, she doesn't even show you that she's stressed or what. When you talk to her, she tells you her story, yes, but then she doesn't show that. She can be like,
she's trying to keep strong.
Yeah. So that's how she is.
That's so sad, really. We pray that God gives her baby, really.
Yeah.
We all deserve to be mothers at some point.
Every woman
really.
deserves to carry their own child.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So, Percy, have you had any encounter with infertility stories or anything like that?
I have worked with infertility. No, I can't tell, but I've experienced. This is first-hand information. There is
no Holocaust.
No Holocaust. This is first-hand information.
Okay.
It was way back. I'm going to give you my personal experience, like things I've gone through.
Okay.
So this is first-hand information, like I've said.
Yes.
As we grew up, as I grew up, I noticed there was some changes, in my cycle, in my periods. They were on and off, and this became so worse, like after campus.
How old were you?
I was, I think I finished about when I was 22 or 23.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I noticed there was a drastic change in my periods. I would miss 1 month, 2 months.
Okay.
And, you know, I didn't take it serious.
Yeah.
Oh, that was after campus.
Yes,
Before it was fine.
Before it was fine, I would just, the days were not normal. Not like, you know, there are people who know. On 2nd of every month,
yes,
I
I'm
get
having my
periods.
period. Yes.
But me, I was not sure if I'm having them on 2nd, or 5th.
Surprise attack.
Yeah. Every time I would be there, they say, surprise! Hey, you're here, you're welcome. I know.
Okay.
And how was the flow? Was it heavy or?
It was normal. By the way, I've never had like abnormal flow.
Okay.
No. So, now, after campus, then I started working.
Okay.
So when I began working, I saw I'd started nursing 2 months. I'm like,
Okay.
Even when I've not, you know, I'm a person who kept myself pure. You get.
Yeah.
So I first, but the first time I missed 2 months, I was like,
Okay.
Did the Holy Spirit visit me?
Mother Mary,
I thought that visited me. I was like, But I went and talked to a doctor.
Okay.
I told the doctor, I'm like, I've missed my period 2 months. He was a normal general doctor. We were working with them up country.
Okay.
And he was a friend.
Yeah.
Then he's like, they will come back.
Okay.
So now, after 2 months, they came. After I saw and it was stressing. You know how being in your periods is so stressing.
Yeah.
But when you miss your periods,
I know.
it is so stressing than having them.
Yeah.
They would rather come. I remember before I got my periods and my mom was teaching me about periods. I was like, hey. So every month,
I must
month,
suffer.
for the rest of my life,
I must suffer.
it was so stressing.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it.
True.
But now here they are. They were going. They were not coming.
I know.
I was still stressed. So now, this doctor, I talked to him. I told him, but what is causing this? He told me you could be having hormonal imbalance.
Okay.
He said, when you told me when you go to Kampala, do a hormonal profiling. I went to a certain laboratory in town.
That must be expensive.
Yeah,
It was expensive.
You know,
even the word seems expensive.
Yeah. It's expensive.
Yes.
Oh,
and then here I am. I go to the laboratory.
Yeah.
I paid and they did the hormonal profiling. I was worried.
Are there like specific hospitals or any hospital can do that?
No, it was a laboratory. It is a
normal laboratory.
A normal lab in town.
Yes.
They do all the tests there.
Okay.
So I got the results. I think if I check, I can even find I still have those results.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was some time back.
Yeah.
So now I brought them to the doctor.
Yeah.
He told me I had told me some hormones were higher than the others.
Okay.
So my hormones were not balanced.
Yeah.
So but still then he prescribed for me some medicine pills.
To balance them?
Yes.
Okay.
He told me some pills can, help me balance the hormones in my body. I'm like, okay.
Was it specific?
And these pills are family planning pills.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how it works, but when you take them at the end, there are some different colors, and when you reach at the end of the line, the reds. When you reach on the red, you begin your periods. Okay. So I was seeing my periods every month. What are you taking? Me, I was happy.
I know.
I was seeing my periods. But then, you get tired of medicine.
Yeah.
But then I got another doctor who I was just talking to him. I was also, getting another opinion.
Yeah.
Then he asked me, are you trying to conceive? I said, no. He's like,
after seeing the pills? Or?
Yeah, for the pills. I wasn't telling them about the pills.
Okay.
By then I wouldn't even, because I got to know they are what? family planning pills. So whoever sees me is going to think I'm on family planning. I don't have a family. What am I
Planning.
What am I planning? So now the other doctor, the second doctor, I asked him, and he was also a general doctor. I told him what I was experiencing. He just told me, you do what? Why do you want your periods? Are you trying to conceive? I said, you know, like, you will just conceive when time comes.
Okay.
Don't mind about the periods. I was like, okay. So, you know, when doctors talk to you, you get different, you know,
opinions.
Yeah. You start thinking, maybe.
Yeah, and
it's
you
okay,
raise
I'm not
even
seeing
your
my
hopes.
periods. Yes. But then I took those pills at some point and I stopped. And of course, the moment you stop, the periods will stabilize for the next like 3 months. Then after they started disappearing again.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So now I kept in that situation like this, like that. And then later, I talked to some lady who referred me to a doctor in Entebbe. I think he's a gynecologist.
Okay.
And he has a general hospital.
Okay.
So I went to him. I would go there. He gives me pills for 6 months.
Whoa.
So like as general, I think most of that life I was, you know, but I was on, you know, medication. I was on medication.
In all this, were you trying to start a family or because you were missing your period?
Yeah, I wanted my periods. I wasn't even thinking. You know? I wasn't thinking about starting a family or anything. Yeah. And the word infertility was never in my head. Never. Yeah. I just wanted my periods. And it was so painful seeing other people, like, you know, other people, someone saying, I've gotten my periods, like, you know, I had a friend that was staying with. She would wake up in the middle of the night, she's like, I've gotten my periods. She goes running to the bathroom. I'm waiting for my dad, me in my head, I'm waiting for my periods.
In your heart.
Yeah. Showing up. So me going to that doctor, to the different doctors, I wanted, you know, to see my periods. So I kept in that situation until I met my partner. So when I met my partner, I'm a very open person. I'm a very honest person. And so I told him, I'm like, but there is this doctor I see in Entebbe, and my periods, you know, my periods are on and off. I don't know when they come on, you know. But I see this doctor in Entebbe. So of course sometimes I have to go to travel and, you know, to move and go there. I would get a border from here
to Entebbe. Wow.
Entebbe, to see that doctor.
And remember, just to stabilize your periods, it's not that you're looking for a child or what.
And then the problem is, there were fertility hospitals around, and I didn't know.
You are not aware.
That gives me, like, has given me idea, like, people are actually there. They don't even know where to get the services from.
They don't know
because I was traveling all these kilometers to go to Entebbe to see a gynecologist who has a general hospital, you know. And yes, so I think people out there don't have information sometimes. So now, with time, I got to understand the infertility. When now I was with my partner, and I couldn't get pregnant. I was like, I'm you know, doing things. Why am I not getting pregnant? Yeah, I'm like, okay. Actually, before even all that is, when I got with my partner, I didn't think about getting pregnant.
You didn't think about it, like you wanting a child.
Yeah, I had not thought about it until we got redundant during lockdown. So now during lockdown, you know how much we would eat junk during the lockdown? And I remember one day I got nauseated. because of eating junk.
You were like, oh.
No, I went and I was in the bedroom. I threw up. So my partner was with a brother in the sitting room. They were arguing that first you must be pregnant. Then in my heart, I may be pregnant, even me. But I've been eating junk, but I know I always, when I eat junk, get nausea and all that. So now I remember, even my partner came and told me, you must be pregnant. Like,
he knew what he was doing.
He knew he was working hard. But one no, wasn't working hard.
No.
Yeah, and actually we both actually deep down in my heart, I was like, I might be pregnant. And I was scared a bit.
I know.
I was scared. And then I was happy because who did I care?
Yeah.
This is our child. Yeah. So we went and bought strips.
Pregnancy strips.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we even put money to
okay.
I was betting in the house. If you're pregnant, I'm giving you this summer. If I'm not pregnant, I'm giving you this.
Okay.
So you were saying you're pregnant. I said I'm not.
Okay. You were saying I'm not.
Yes, I was saying I'm not because I was just feeling lazy.
Yeah.
And I knew that I had eaten junk. So he was supposed to pay me, and I was supposed to pay him, but he didn't even pay me. Let's go. So now we'll get the strips and go and test, and it was negative. I was sad.
Yeah.
I was sad. I mean, I was scared. I was happy. But then now the
results also coming out.
Yes.
And what was your partner's reaction?
He God blessed me with like a partner who doesn't stress me about giving birth.
Okay.
Yes. Do you know you can be there and you're trying hard to give birth, and then you have a partner who say, "What are you doing? Why are you eating?
You're just eating.
Food?
Yeah.
Eating my food and going to the toilet."
The only time your stomach becomes big is when you're full of food.
I know. But he has never like put me on pressure. Yeah. So I was still telling you, like, when we tested negative.
Yeah.
That's when it struck me in my head.
Yeah.
Actually,
must be
why
something
am I
more.
not getting pregnant?
No. I didn't even, you think at that time I even thought of you fertility or anything? No. I thought, I'm like, okay, I think it's time to get pregnant. Looks like my husband wants what?
Yeah, the baby.
He wants a baby. And I think a baby would be good. I started being on pressure. I was on pressure from then.